Let's start by looking at how AI is currently being used in English classroom. At present, AI mainly acts as a helper, something that supports teachers and students in simple yet practical ways. For an example, AI is often used to check grammar and spelling. Tools like Grammarly, Microsoft Editor help students identify basic mistakes and improve sentence structure. These tools focus mostly on surface level corrections rather than deeper writing skills such as tone, flow, or creativity. Next, students practice with basic chatbots. These chatbots provide short interactions that allow learners to practice speaking or writing English. However, most of them give limited responses and cannot fully simulate natural human conversation. They are mainly designed for drill and practice meaningful communication. In the current classroom, lessons are still delivered in a one-size-fits-all manner. Teachers follow a standard syllabus and all students receive the same content regardless of their proficiency or learning style. AI at this stage doesn't personalize this experience much. It just offers general assistance to the class. Additionally, AI gives simple correction. For instance, it might highlight a wrong tense or suggest a better vocabulary word, but it rarely provides detailed explanation or helps students understand why something is wrong. So, AI functions more like digital checker rather than a full tutor. We can also see that online tools are mainly used for support. Students might use translation apps, speech recognition tools, or grammar websites to complete their assignment. But AI is not yet central to how lessons are taught. Teachers still lead most activities and use AI only when necessary. While in this current situation, teachers use AI as a helper, not as a partner. The teacher remains the main source of instruction while AI tools serve as a secondary resources. For example, a teacher might use an AI-powered app to track students' writing errors, but the explanation and guidance still come from the teacher. Lastly, learning is limited to class time. AI tools are used mostly during school hours or in specific activities. Once the school ends, students often stop engaging with AI-based platforms. This shows that AI hasn't fully transformed when or where learning happens. It's still bound by traditional classroom structures. Now, let's move on to the role of AI in future English classroom. In the future, AI will move beyond simple correction. It will become a true learning partner. For an example, AI will generate full sentences and essays. This means students can use AI as a model writer to learn how to structure ideas, use transitions, and express creativity. Instead of only pointing out grammar mistakes, AI will show examples of improved writing, helping students understand the process of developing strong paragraphs. Moreover, students will speak with realistic AI avatars. These avatars will simulate real human conversation with natural tone, body language, and emotional expression. This will be a big step forward for English learners, especially for improving speaking and listening skills. Students can practice interviews, debates, or storytelling with AI that reacts like a real person, giving them a safe space to build confidence before talking to real audience. Another important feature is that lessons will be personalized for each student. Future AI system will analyze students' strengths, weaknesses, and learning speed, then design lessons that fit their individual needs. For instance, a student who struggles with pronunciation might receive more speaking activities, while another one who finds writing challenging might get extra essay practice. This kind of personalization will make learning more effective and inclusive. AI will also be able to provide instant and detailed feedback. Instead of simply marking something wrong, AI will explain why an error occurred, suggest an alternative expressions, and even track improvement over time. For example, After writing an essay, a student could receive a full report on vocabulary range, grammar accuracy, sentence variety, and coherence, all within seconds. In the future classroom, virtual reality (VR) and augmented reality (AR) will also play a big role. Imagine students joining an immersive English lesson set in a virtual London cafe or New York bookstore. They can talk to AI characters, order food, or ask for directions, all while practicing real-life English in a safe digital environment. AR could also bring literature to life, allowing students to explore story settings or interact with characters through holographic experiences. Additionally, AI will become a co-teacher. It will assist teacher by handling repetitive tasks like grading essays, tracking attendance, or analyzing students' progress. This allows teachers to focus more on mentoring and creative teaching. For example, while the AI provides real-time grammar feedback, the teacher can focus on discussion, critical thinking, and emotional support. Finally, learning will happen anytime, anywhere. Students will no longer be limited to classroom hours. With mobile AI tutors and virtual environment, they can practice English while commuting at home or even during travel. AI will make learning continuous, flexible, and accessible, supporting lifelong learning beyond school walls.
Today, I'm excited to share how artificial intelligence, yes, AI, is reshaping the future of English classroom, not just with flashy gadgets, but with real impact on how we learn, create, and connect. Let's explore 4 powerful ways AI is transforming English education. First up, personalized learning and feedback. This is where AI truly shines. It doesn't just throw generic advice at you. It listens, adapts, and responds to your unique learning style. Imagine this. You're practicing a speech for your English oral exam. You speak aloud, and an AI tool instantly picks up on your pronunciation. It says, "Hey, your stress on that syllable was off. Try again." Or, "Your intonation sounds flat. Let's add some emotion." It's like having a personal speaking coach who never gets tired, never judges, and never charges a fee. Now, let's talk about writing. You open your laptop, type out a rough draft, and boom, AI steps in. Not just to fix typos, but to say this sentence could be more powerful if you use active voice, or your tone here feels too formal. Want to make it more conversational? Whether you're writing a poem, a persuasive essay, or a blog post, AI helps shape your voice, not silence it. And reading becomes a journey. AI doesn't just hand you a random article, it curates text based on your interest and skill level. If you're into mystery stories and need help with figurative language, it might recommend a Sherlock Holmes expert with built-in annotation. If you love poetry but struggles with symbolism, it guides you to Maya Angelou verses with gentle prompts and questions. It's like having a librarian, editor, and tutor roll into one, available anytime, anywhere. And the best part, it grows with you as your skills improve. AI adjusts its support. It's not static, it's dynamic, responsive, and deeply personal. So, when we say AI is reshaping English classroom, we're not talking about robots replacing teachers. We're talking about tools that empower students to learn at their own pace, in their own voice, with confidence and clarity. Second, creative expression and collaboration. Let's be honest, when most people hear AI in the classroom, they picture a grammar robot correcting commas, but AI is so much more than that. It's a creative partner. Let's say you're writing a short story and you're stuck. You've got a character named Zara, but you don't know her backstory. You ask AI, What if Zara grew up in a floating city? Boom! AI starts suggesting plot, twists, personality traits, and even dialogue. It's like brainstorming with a friend who's read every book ever written. Or maybe you're working on a poem. You want metaphors that reflect sadness, but not in a cliche way. AI can suggest imagery like a sky stitched with silence or a heartbeat echoing through empty pages. It doesn't just offer words, it offers mood, texture, and rhythm. And for bilingual learners, AI translation and synonym tools are game changers. They help refine phrasing, explore cultural nuance, and avoid awkward literal translation. So, instead of saying, I feel blue, you learn how to express melancholy in a way that fits both language and emotion. Now, let's talk about group work. We all know how chaotic peer reviews can be: 10 comments, 5 opinions, and 0 clarity. AI can summarize feedback, highlight common themes, and suggest improvement. It's like having a group editor who's calm, focused, and never passive-aggressive. Collaboration becomes smoother, smarter, and more insightful. Whether you're co-writing a play, analyzing a speech, or building a multimedia project, AI helps you connect ideas, refine language, and elevate the final product. So no, AI isn't just a grammar robot. It's a creative companion, a cultural bridge, and a collaborative catalyst. And in the future English classroom, it's helping students not just write, but express, imagine, and inspire. Third, classroom management and assessment. Now, this is where AI becomes a teacher's best friend, not in the sci-fi robot takes over the class kind of way, but in a practical, time-saving, sanity-preserving kind of way. Let's start with grading. Imagine a teacher juggling 30 essays, 10 presentations, and a handful of spoken responses all due this week. AI steps in and says, I've got this. It can evaluate writing based on rubrics, check for clarity, coherence, grammar, and even tone. For a presentation, it can assess structure, vocabulary, and delivery. For spoken responses, it listens for fluency, pronunciation, and engagement. That's not just grading, it's intelligent feedback. And what does that mean for teachers? More time to actually teach. Instead of drowning in paperwork, they can mentor students, lead discussion, and create meaningful learning moments. AI doesn't replace teachers, it liberates them. Now, let's talk about academic integrity. AI tools can detect plagiarism with precision, but they don't just say this is copied. They guide students toward ethical writing. They offer citation help, paraphrasing tips, and even explain why proper referencing matters. It's like having a built-in writing ethic codes. And lesson planning, AI shines here too. Teachers can input their curriculum goals, and AI suggests activities, text, and multimedia that match students' needs. Want a video to explain metaphor to visual learners? Done. Need a short story that aligns with your theme on identity? AI finds it. It's like having a digital teaching assistant who never sleeps, never complains, and always has fresh ideas. So, when we talk about classroom management and assessment, we're talking about making education smarter, smoother, and more human. Because when AI handles the routine, teachers can focus on what matters most, connecting with students, inspiring minds, and shaping futures. Finally, global connectivity and cultural learning. This is where AI doesn't just enhance education, it transforms it, because AI doesn't see borders, it sees possibilities. With AI-powered translation and moderation tools, students can connect with classrooms across the globe. Imagine this, you're in Malaysia and you're discussing a poem with peers in Japan, Brazil, or even Egypt, all in real time. You're sharing interpretation, asking questions, and learning how different cultures read the same text through different lenses. That's not just language learning, that's global citizenship. And AI helps us go deeper. It allows us to explore how language reflects identity, values, and social change. Why does a certain phrases carry power in one culture but not another? How do metaphors shift across language? AI can guide us through those layers, helping us understand not just what word means, but what they represent. It's also a powerful tool for advocacy. Students can use AI to research global issues, translate their message, and collaborate on campaigns with peers from other countries. Whether it's climate change, gender equality, or education rights, AI helps amplify young voices across borders. And let's not forget accents, idioms, and communication style. AI exposes us to the rich diversity of English, from British formalities to Nigerian proverbs, from Australian slang to Singaporean rhythm. It teaches us that English isn't one voice, it's a chorus. So, in the future English classroom, AI turns English into more than a subject. It becomes a bridge between cultures, between communities, and between hearts. It connects us not just to information but to each other. So, what does AI bring to the future English classroom? It brings personalized learning where every student's journey is unique. No more one-size-fits-all lessons. With AI, each learner gets the support they need, at the pace they need, in the voice that feels most like their own. It brings creative collaboration, where students don't just consume content, they create it. They write stories with AI, explore metaphors, build characters, and express themselves in ways that are bold, bilingual, and beautifully human. It brings efficient management where teachers are no longer buried under piles of grading. Instead, they are free to mentor, inspire, and connect. AI handles the routine so educators can focus on what truly matters: relationship, reflection, and growth. And it brings global encouragement where classrooms are no longer confined by walls. Students can connect with peers across continents, explore cultures through language, and learn that English isn't just a subject, it's a passport to the world. But here's the key. And this is important. It's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it. Because AI on its own is just code. It's the human touch that gives it meaning. When we use AI with empathy, we make learning inclusive. When we use it with imagination, we make learning inspiring. And when we use it with purpose, we make learning powerful. So yes, the future of English may be digital, but it must also be deeply human, because language isn't just about words, it's about connection, and that's something no machine can ever replace.
To conclude, the use of AI in future English classroom offers endless possibilities for both teachers and students. Through personalized learning and feedback, students receive tailored guidance that meets their unique needs. Through creative expression and collaboration, they can explore English in fun and imaginative ways. Through classroom management and assessment, teachers save time and gain insights to better support their students, and through global connectivity and cultural learning, classrooms become more inclusive and internationally connected. But even with all these advancements, one thing remains true. AI should not replace teachers but empower them. Technology provides tools, but it's the teacher's passion, creativity, and human touch that make learning meaningful. So, as we look toward the future of English education, let's embrace AI not as a replacement but as a partner in creating smarter, more engaging, and more connected classrooms. First, one of the biggest reasons AI is important in future English classroom is because it allows personalized learning at scale. Every student learns differently. Some are fast learners, some need more time. In a normal classroom, it's hard for teachers to give equal attention to everyone. But with AI, each student can get lessons that match their level and learning style. For example, if a student is weak in grammar, AI can give extra grammar exercises or example. And if another student is already good at writing, AI can give them more advanced tasks to improve their skills. This means everyone learns at their own pace without feeling left behind or bored. It also helps teachers to see which students need more help. So basically, AI makes learning fairer and more effective for everyone in classroom. Next, AI can really enhance critical thinking and creativity. Some people think AI just gives answers, but actually it can help students think more deeply. For example, if students are writing an essay, AI can suggest ideas or ask questions that make them analyze and decide what they believe. It doesn't mean that AI is doing the work for them, it just gives inspiration. Then it's up to the students to choose, evaluate, and explain their opinions. That's how they build critical thinking skills. AI also makes learning more creative. There are tools that let students write poems, create stories, or even make their own characters in English. This gives them a chance to use their imagination while improving their language skills. So, instead of just memorizing grammar rules, students get to think, create, and express themselves, which makes learning English much more meaningful and fun. Third, AI helps with efficient assessment and feedback. In normal classroom, teachers need a lot of time to mark papers and check assignments, but AI can do this instantly. For example, grammar checkers or writing analysis tool can quickly find mistake in vocabulary, spelling, or sentence structure. Students can see what they did wrong right away and fix it on the spot. They don't have to wait for days to get feedback. It's also really helpful for teachers because AI can record and track students' progress automatically. It shows which areas students are improving and where they need more practice. So feedback becomes faster and more accurate. This not only saves teachers time but also helps students improve continuously because they can learn from their mistakes immediately. Lastly, AI improves global connectivity and cultural awareness. English is a global language and AI makes it easier for students to connect with people around the world. For example, students can use translation tools or AI chat platforms to talk with other students from different countries. Through this, they can practice real English conversations and learn about different cultures, accents, and perspectives. AI also gives access to global learning materials like online articles, digital textbooks, and international news. This helps students understand how English is used in different parts of the world. It's not just about learning a language, it's about learning how to communicate globally and appreciate cultural differences. So, with AI, students become more confident and open-minded global citizens. So overall, AI is really important in future English classroom because it makes learning personalized, helps students think critically and creatively, gives faster feedback, and connect learners across countries and cultures. It's not about replacing teachers, it's about helping both students and teachers make learning English more interesting, fair, and effective.
The first major advantage or pros of using AI tools in language learning is the instant feedback they provide. With AI-powered applications, students no longer have to wait for teachers to grade their work or return their assignments. Instead, they can receive corrections, explanations, and suggestions immediately after completing the task. For instance, grammar checkers such as Grammarly or Kumar can instantly highlight grammatical mistakes, suggest better vocabulary, and even explain why a sentence is incorrect. Similarly, pronunciation apps powered by AI can detect errors in speech and offer real-time guidance on tone, stress, and articulation. This immediately of feedback allows students to recognize their weakness and correct them on the spot, which enhances retention and understanding. Consequently, learners can progress more quickly, build stronger language habits, and gain greater confidence in independence in using English both in academic and real-life contexts. Second, AI makes learning more engaging and creative. Traditional English lessons sometimes feels repetitive or boring, but AI can make them fun and interactive. For example, students can use AI storytelling platforms, chatbots, or language games that encourage creativity and imagination. These activities make learning English more exciting and enjoyable. When students are engaged and motivated, they are more likely to participate actively in class and remember what they have learned. Third, AI can assist teachers in many meaningful ways, making the teaching process more efficient and effective. AI-powered systems and automatically grade assignments, analyze students' progress, and even generate personalized lessons, plans, or exercises based on students' learning needs. For instance, AI tools can identify which grammar topics students often struggle with and suggest suitable activities to strengthen those areas. This helps teachers understand their students better and tailor their lessons more effectively. Furthermore, AI can save teachers a significant amount of time by handling repetitive and time-consuming tasks such as marking, attendance tracking, or compiling performance reports. As a result, teachers can dedicate more energy to interactive teaching, individual guidance, and creative lesson delivery. Instead of being overwhelmed by administrative duties, this not only reduces stress but also improves the overall quality of teaching and classroom engagement. Lastly, AI promotes global and inclusive learning, allowing education to go beyond geographical and social boundaries. Through AI-powered tools, students from different countries, cultures, and linguistic backgrounds can connect, communicate, and collaborate in English with ease. For example, translation features and real-time captioning tools help learners overcome language barriers, enabling smoother communication and mutual understanding during online discussions or group projects. This not only improves language proficiency but also nurtures cross-cultural awareness and global citizenship, which are essential skills in today's interconnected world. Moreover, AI plays a crucial role in supporting students with special needs. Tools such as speech-to-text applications, text-to-speech readers, and AI-assisted translators make learning more accessible for students with hearing, visual, or learning difficulties. These technologies ensure that every learner, regardless of their physical or cognitive challenges, has an equal opportunity to access knowledge and express their ideas. By fostering accessibility and diversity, AI creates a global classroom environment where inclusion is prioritized and every student can actively participate and contribute. In this way, AI not only enhances language learning but also promotes fairness, empathy, and collaboration among learners worldwide, preparing them to thrive in a truly global community. In conclusion, AI brings many positive changes to English classroom. It provides instant feedback that helps students learn from their mistakes quickly, makes lessons more engaging and creative through interactive tools, and assists teachers by reducing their workload and improving lesson quality. Next is disadvantage and cons. First, there is the issue of less human interaction. When AI is used too much in classrooms, students may spend more time communicating with machines rather than with real people. For example, they might chat with AI tools or use virtual tutors instead of asking questions directly to their teachers. This can reduce social interactions and emotional connection. English is not just about grammar or vocabulary, it's about communication, teamwork, and expressing feelings. Without real conversation and discussion, students might lose confidence in speaking and find it harder to connect with others. Second, there is inequality in access. Not all students have the same access to technology or stable internet connections. For instance, students in rural or lower income areas might not have devices like laptops or tablets to use AI learning tools. Meanwhile, students in cities or well-funded schools can enjoy advanced AI systems every day. This creates a digital gap between students, leading to unfair learning opportunities as a result. Some students will benefit greatly from AI, while the others are left behind. Third, we also need to think about privacy and data concerns. AI systems collect a lot of information from students, including their voices, writing patterns, and even progress reports. If this data is not handled properly, it could be misused or shared without permission. Students' personal information could be exposed to third parties or companies that use it for other purposes. Therefore, while AI can be helpful, it's also important to protect students' privacy and ensure that their data is stored safely. Lastly, there is the problem of high costs and technical issues. Using AI in classrooms requires modern computers, good internet, and updated software. This can be very expensive, especially for schools with limited budgets. Not only that, technical problems such as system errors, software bugs, or slow internet can interrupt lessons and waste class time. Teachers and students might also need special training to use these tools effectively. Without enough funds or technical support, school may struggle to maintain AI-based learning system. In conclusion, while AI offers many advantages, it also presents several important challenges that cannot be ignored. Issues such as reduced human interaction, unequal access to technology, privacy risks, and high implementation costs can limit the benefits of AI in education. If not managed carefully, these problems might create gaps between students or weaken essential social and emotional skills. So, what if AI is not used in future English classroom? First, there will be slower feedback and assessment. Without AI tools, students will need to wait much longer for their assignments and tests to be marked. For example, AI systems can instantly check grammar, spelling, and sentence structure, helping students correct mistakes on the spot. But if teachers have to do this manually, it takes a lot more time, especially with large classes. As a result, students may not get quick feedback to improve their work, which can slow down their overall learning progress. Second, the classroom might have less engagement and creativity. AI makes lessons more interactive through storytelling platforms, chatbots, and language games. This helps students stay focused and excited to learn English. Without such tools, lessons may return to traditional teaching methods, such as lectures and textbook reading. This can make learning feel repetitive and less motivating. Students might lose interest and have fewer chances to express creativity through digital writing, presentation, or collaborative projects. For the third one, teachers will face an increased workload. Without AI assistance, teachers must handle all grading, lesson planning, and student progress tracking by themselves. This can be very time consuming and stressful, especially when managing large classes. Instead of spending more time helping students improve their speaking or writing skills, teachers must be occupied with administrative tasks. AI helps reduce this burden by automating routine work, so without it, the pressure on teachers would definitely increase. Finally, there would be limited access to learning sources. AI provides students with 24-hour access to resources like grammar checkers, translation tools, pronunciation guides, and even personalized reading materials. Without these tools, students depend only on textbooks and classroom lessons. This limits their opportunity to learn independently, explore new topics, or practice English outside of school. It also affects students in rural areas who might not have many English learning resources available. In short, without AI, English learning could become slower, less engaging, and more challenging for both students and teachers. AI plays a vital role in improving efficiency, creativity, and accessibility in the classroom. Without these tools, students would need to wait longer for feedback, rely only on textbooks and teachers, and have fewer opportunities for interactive or personalized learning. Lessons might feel repetitive and less motivating, causing students to lose interest or confidence in using English. Okay, so now let's look at what could happen if AI is overused in future English classroom. First, there will be a reduction in critical thinking skills when students rely too much on AI to find answers. They might stop thinking and analyzing on their own. For example, instead of trying to understand a text or form an opinion, they might just ask AI for the answer. Over time, this weakens their ability to think critically and solve problems independently, skills that are very important in both education and real life. Second, students may develop a strong dependence on technology. AI tools are helpful, but when students depend on them for everything, from grammar checking to essay writing, they may struggle without them. This can be a big problem during exams or in real-world situations where AI is not allowed. In other words, students might know how to use the tools but not how to learn or write without them. Third, there could be a decrease in writing and creativity. When students always use AI to generate essays or correct their writing, they may lose their personal writing style and creative thinking. Instead of expressing their own ideas, they might simply copy or depend on what AI suggests. This can make their work sound less original and less meaningful. Over time, this reduces imagination and creative skills, which are essential in learning languages like English. Lastly, there may be a decline in emotional and or social skills. Overusing AI can make classrooms feel less human. Students might interact more with screens and digital tools than with teachers or classmates. This reduces real communication, teamwork, and empathy, all important parts of learning English as a language of connection. Without face-to-face interaction, students may find it harder to express emotions, understand tone, or build confidence when speaking. So, overall, while AI is a powerful tool in education, relying on it too much can negatively affect students' critical thinking, creativity, independence, and social connection. When students depend entirely on AI for answers or feedback, they may lose the ability to think deeply and solve problems on their own. Similarly, excessive use of technology can reduce real communication and teamwork among classmates. Therefore, the key is balance, using AI to enhance learning while still encouraging human interaction, creativity, and emotional growth. AI should be seen as a supportive assistant, not a replacement for teachers or genuine human experiences in the classroom.
To conclude, the role of AI in shaping future English classrooms is truly significant. AI isn't just a tool, it's becoming a partner in education that helps both teachers and students learn more effectively. It allows lessons to be more personalized for every student, give instant feedback, and creates fun, interactive learning experiences that make English more enjoyable and meaningful. With AI, teachers can save time on grading and focus more on guiding students. At the same time, students can learn at their own pace, practice anytime, and connect with people from different parts of the world. This makes learning English not only easier but also more global and inclusive. However, it's also important to remember that AI should not replace teachers or human interactions. The best classroom will be the ones that balance technology with creativity, communication, and empathy, qualities that only humans can provide. In the end, AI has the power to transform English education into something more dynamic, fair, and exciting. But it's also our responsibility to use it wisely so it continues to support learning, not control it. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.